10월 6일 저녁 방송 시작합니다. 아까 오후에 병원을 갔다 온다고 하고 잠깐 짧은 방송을 했었죠. 이제 왔어요. 너무 너무 힘들다 진짜. 미친 것 같아. 저희 고양이가 너무 지금 몸 상태가 안 좋은 것 때문에 거의 할 수 있는 모든 종합 검사 수준을 다 해다 보니까 다음 주에 또 가야 되는데 돈도 어마어마하게 많이 깨졌네요. 돈이 진짜. 그래도 예상은 했지만 너무 빡세게 깨졌어. 좀 약간 몽롱하다. 일단은 자, 스타필드 이어서 가보도록 하겠습니다. 뱅가드 퀘스트 아까 하던 거 아마 내용상 보니까 거의 이제 한 후반부 접어드는 것 같았어요. 뱅가드 퀘스트 한번 마저 또 이어서 가보도록 하겠습니다. 아, 바깥에 그냥 아무것도 안 하고 계속 기다리기만 하고 그랬더니 너무 힘들다 진짜. 아, 뭔가 장비 좀 좋은 것 좀 나왔으면 좋겠네요. 뭔가 장비가 영 아니야. 옷 좀 바꿔 입자. 어디 보자. 지금 회복약은 충분한 거 하고 론디니온으로 가는 거였죠? 그 외계종 녀석들 보러 론디니온. 뭐야? 막 어디 먼 곳이 아니었네? 바로 근처구나. 전진기지. 가봅시다. 난 좀 꽤 거리가 있는 곳이지 않을까 했는데. 응?
This world is off limits. You were advised to jump to safe harbor immediately.
허가가 있다. 하툼 사령관 만날 계획이다. 여기 그냥 오면 못 들어가게 하나
Let me check my
보구나.
logs. All right, you can proceed. We'll let them know you're on your way down.
물 아르곤. 근데 물이 있는 행성이 되게 많다. 원래 물이 좀 흔하게 보이면 안 되는 거 아닌가? 대부분의 행성에 물이 좀 많은 것 같아요.
Captain, do you require my assistance?
근데 여기도 계속 이렇게 지키고는 있구나. 아, 얘네를 계속 사냥하고 있는 건가? 뭔가 많은데. 이번에도 영양가는 뭔가 없었다. 전설 무기는 진짜 너무 못 보는 것 같아.
I pride myself on knowing everyone on this world, and I don't know you. You're with the collection team then, I presume. Either that or you're one deeply unlucky trespasser.
뱅가드 선장이다.
Vanguard, eh? Brief said you were an eclectic group. You must have really shined out on the fringe to get assigned a task like this.
5만 가지 직종을 다 갖고 있지.
Then this must be the rest of your outfit.
Commander Hatum,
No need for introductions, Major Simon. Dr. Walker, your reputations precede you, as does the urgency of your mission.
소문은 가네가 뭔 소리야?
Now, Londinium is one of the most dangerous places in the Milky Way. It's with good reason my soldiers and I do everything we can to avoid entering the city. Terramorphs are omnipresent, and the structural damage left behind when Major Simon's father bombed its spaceport has turned large swathes of the metropolis into a decaying labyrinth. As such, we'll be providing you all with gear, information, and uploading municipal unlock codes to your robot. Every tool you could need to succeed out there. Except one. Once you're on the other side of those barriers, you will be on your own. If you get into trouble, my people will not be coming. Do we understand each other?
중무기를 건네줘.
We'll do our best. I'll leave you to your preparations then.
어,
You
무기고에
can find
있어?
your equipment in our armory, base of the tower just outside. Now, once you're outside the base, it's my personal suggestion you make a beeline to the nearby Aceles plant. It contains one of our field caches. Though I can't guarantee it won't contain anything else.
저장소
I
뭔가
hope you will find what you're looking for out there.
장비가 좀 있나 본데?
Robot, you're coming with me.
Yes, ma'am.
thank you, Commander. Percival, you all set to hook into their comms tower?
Should only take a few minutes. Let's get this done and get the hell out of here.
Percival will be scanning the city for our samples from here. When he finds one, he'll transmit the coordinates to us out in the field.
동의한다. 빨리 끝내자.
No argument here. Head over to the armory and gear up. Once you're done, we'll meet by the entrance to the city.
아, 장비 회수하기. 뭔가 좀 줘. 만난 거 좀 줘. 이런 젠장할. 오. 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 전설 아예 세트를 줘버리네? 아니 근데 무기는? 아.
Can't chat right now.
무기가 좀 아니 왜 이렇게 무기를 안 줘? 이거 할 때마다 왜 이렇게 번쩍번쩍거리냐? 진짜 무기 너무 안 준다. 이건 왜 잠가놨어? 열어줘.
Word of advice while you're out there. Don't trust what the voices tell you.
어쌔신 베오울프. 제 무기 훔쳐갈까?
Where did you learn to pick 'em? You know what? I
프로페셔널.
don't want to know.
프로페셔널 붙은 게 꽤 높은 등급인 것 같긴 한데 11? 센티넬 붙어있네? 거의 비슷하게 붙어있네. 카멜레온만 없고. 무게 증가. 스캔 대상에게 주는 피해. 카멜레온이 없어? 카멜레온이 좀 아쉬운데. 야, 이거 갑옷 우주복 괜찮네. 그래도 우주복은 그 옵션이나 이런 거는 전체적으로 다 괜찮네요. 무기가 좀 아쉬워. 여기 침대 없냐? 피 좀 채우자. 왜 이런 데는 다 비어 있어? 방어구로 만족을 해야 되나? 자, 가봅시다.
All set on your gear? Then let's get this show on the road. Kaiser? Percival, everything green on your ends?
I am ready.
Personal comm should be routed through Kaiser now. You copy that?
Roger, loud and clear.
Perhaps too loud.
Oh, you're a riot robot.
Kaiser, kick it off.
Unlock code transmitted. You may open the gate when ready.
Alright. On our way into the city.
여기서 시내로 이어지는 거야?
Running the first sweep. processing plant. Gene samples are probably in one of the containers.
That creature. It's dominated. Must be a morph nearby keeping it under its sway. Let's put it down.
뭐야 어디 갔어?
Four of them. Clean them up.
아. 아이. 가는 길에 장비는 없으려나? 저장소가 있다고 했었는데 나한테 맞으면 불타네. 오. 야 근데 댐감 30%가 되게 큰가 보다.
Your shipping yard is just beyond the
아
processing plant.
잠깐만,
Cache with some goodies is towards the rear of the facility.
뭔가 먹을 거를 소비용품을 굉장히 많이 주는데?
They're faint, but I'm detecting multiple valid signatures. I have restored power to the containers.
Jackpot. Get down there and collect as many as you can.
정제 에키노스? 라이플인데 78뎀이면은 꽤 센 거긴 한데 6.5면은 탄이 없어. 설마 여기가 저장소야? 어우씨. 장전 시간이 너무 오래 걸려. 뭐야 저 여기에 저거 한 마리 있는 거야? 정제됨 쇼티. 아, 이거 모듈 하나도 없네. 뭐야? 와, 투명화도 하네? 잠깐. 아니 카이저가 겁나 세구나. 화상, 저체온증. 카이저가 겁나 세네. 이거 내가 들고 있었구나. 잠깐만. 야, 무게가
I'll only carry.
저거 못 주네.
Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terrible.
저체온증을 여기 있다.
Pretty far. Let's go.
이거
All Achilles samples collected.
All right. Now hand those over to Kaiser, and let's get out of here.
중화기. 슈트 방어 효과 없음. 추운 데서 효과가 없네요. 바로 앞이에. 에이, 원래 쓰던 게 낫네. 이건 전설로 있네. 야 진짜 여기가 저장고인 거야? 이게 다인 거야?
Samples secure.
Nice work. Now, earlier scan picked up a valid Terramorph sample, but, well, it's in the spaceport. And the quick route there looks like it got blasted from the port gate.
There are steam tunnels under the city.
지하에 증기 터널이 있다.
Access the spaceport.
What do you... That's right. Kaiser, how did you know that?
응? 없습니다? 뭐
Sure.
Percival, you see any better option?
Not from where I'm standing.
You got our answer.
Access unlocked. We may proceed.
증기 터널로 향하다. 여기도 있었네. 비켜. 이거 부스트팩 뭐지? 이건 공중으로도 안 뜨네? 스킵 부스트? 그냥 그 자리에 있는 건가 보다.
Kaiser, this flora, this is Lazarus plant, isn't it?
Confirmed.
You know, no one even realized it was a living thing until someone got it under a microscope and saw it had cells. Can't be cultivated anywhere but Londinian. A real marvel.
야마.
All these leeches.
Why are you bothering to carry all that junk?
What's that? My God, look at it. A Lazarus in bloom. You know, we might be some of the only. What's
뭐야? 이놈의 과체중.
what's happening?
오? 저기서 태어나네? 뒤에도 있지 않았어?
Oh my God, the heat leeches are terramorphs.
What? No. It can't be true. Heat leeches are everywhere. They live everywhere. That means terramorphs. Oh my god.
You just saw that, right? You would tell me if I was losing my mind. That heat leech became a terramorph. The pests that have snuck onto every planet are baby terramorphs. Heat leeches hide out in ships, sneak away after landing, and then, with time, they transform. We just found out how terramorphs move between planets.
야 그러면 저건 식물로 봐야 돼? 뭘로 봐야 돼? 큰 발견인 것 같다.
Pretty major is right. But if what we just saw, if that's possible, the Lazarus plant, it's clearly an accelerant for the terramorph, a heat leech transformation process. Make one into the other in an instant. But that means if anyone knew about this, they could trigger a terramorph spawning. You could sneak a leech into a city, or even multiple leeches, into a place like New Atlantis. Good God. The attack on New Atlantis, does this... Could someone have set that up?
그럴 수도 있다.
But first, you'd have to know the truth about all this.
Well, we're never you don't catch that thing, get after it.
We may proceed.
문 열어.
Go.
Combat procedures activated.
Alright, let's get to the bottom of this. Percival, Kaiser's got the cell data from the New Atlantis and Tau Ceti attacks,
진짜
right?
미치겠다. 야, 이거 가치가 엄청 높은데? 버려.
Myself.
Let Kaiser take a
아, 그래도 무게가 아, 이거 자원을 다 넣어놓고 왔어야 되는데.
sample.
Beginning analysis. It is a match. This suggests with high certainty that the Lazarus plant was used to trigger the attacks on both planets.
There's no way a plant this rare, this fragile, just shows up here, New Atlantis, and Tau Ceti. The transformations on those worlds, they must have been triggered by human hands. Captain, do you understand what it is we just stumbled on here?
야, 갑자기 이렇게 위치가 공격의 방아쇠로 라자루스 공전이 사용된 것 같다.
Exactly. Someone saw the Lazarus plant in action and used it to trigger the attacks.
A bioweapon no one would recognize as one. Oh, that's a terrifying prospect.
Sort of thing that'll keep you up at night. And the sort of thing whoever did this probably didn't expect us to uncover. Makes some sense, actually. Tau Ceti was likely their first test. Someplace remote where no one would question a few settlers going missing. Ensure the big show, the attack on New Atlantis, would be a success. And the timing of that one, it couldn't have been just luck that it happened right when we were asking the cabinet to do something about the Terramorphs. These attacks, I think someone planned them to set all this in motion.
식물은 이곳이 아니면 자랄 수 없지 않을까?
I can't. At least, I didn't think it could. But maybe if we're right about this, someone found a way.
가능성은
A
있다.
plant this rare showing up unbidden on two different UC planets. I think it's more than just possible that human hands were involved here. But it doesn't answer any of the big questions. Who could pull something like this off? And why?
근데 발룬 가문도 왠지 이클립틱이라고 하긴 증거 없이 비난을 퍼붓는 것은 무책임하다.
Let's save the discussion for when you all aren't standing in the universe's closest equivalent to hell frozen over. If we're gonna do anything to prevent more Terramorph attacks, human cause or otherwise, we need that final sample.
Roger that. Kaiser, get us into the spaceport?
The entrance is this way.
여기 겁나 많을 줄 알았는데 그렇게 많진 않네.
If you don't, feel free to drop some.
Admiral
선박부품.
Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far. Let's go.
I am unable to provide sufficient power to the lock mechanism.
Anyone got ideas where we could get some extra juice?
Local power looks like it was controlled in the security office. Upper floor.
Captain and I can scout it out. Kaiser, see if you can't find another way to get it open.
여긴 거
Roger
같은데.
that.
문 열어줘.
I have restored power to the office entrance. You may proceed.
There's the control panel. Still looks operable. Of all the things to survive.
뭐야, 잠겨 있어? 요것도 잠겨 있네.
Reactivated. Error. Control system reboot required.
And ah, Captain. I think I see it.
뭐야, 또 위?
Reboot engaged.
있었으면 네가 해라.
Diagnostic.
봤으면 네가 해.
Diagnostic complete. Multiple systems unavailable. Warning. Priority detected. Exterior hatch power restored.
Back in business.
Warning. Emergency recorder message detected. Transcription process
몰려오는 거 아니야? 여기 이렇게 넓은 거 보면?
playback initiated.
Admiral Center, we need to make the evacuation request.
That's my father he's addressing. Didn't think he'd have the guts to look those soldiers in the eye before blowing this place to pieces.
Admiral!
It just transformed.
어머나, 변신했다.
An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe. Colonel, the troops I closed off the sewers after my evaluation. They're all in this facility.
Other than our casualties, yes, sir.
Good. Get them into defensive positions around the spaceport. No one leaves. I'll send ships as soon as possible.
Thank God. None of us wanted to go down swarmed by those things.
That won't be your fate, Colonel. You have my word.
Transcription complete. Physical copy available.
An invisible weapon. He knew. He knew about the last.
변신하는 걸 알고 있었다.
Grab that recording. We should talk.
진짜 그러면 저 제독 아니야? 제독이 한 건 그래서 저렇게 잡혀 있는 거고.
Hey Victus. He destroyed this place. killed these people to keep what he knew about the Lazarus plant and the Terramorphs and all this a secret, didn't he?
그렇게 해석했다.
He saw the potential of the plant as a weapon and hid it away. He killed those people. Condemned this city to keep them from sharing what they might have seen. He was
생명을 지킬 수 있다고 생각했다.
Oh, you make it sound like a miscalculation when in reality it was an unmitigated disaster. And look where we are now. Oh, some secret.
a calculated loss. These soldiers for the rest of the galaxy. That sounds exactly like what my father would do. But it doesn't. It can't justify slaughter. But I guess that's just another part of his sick legacy now. He thought he was protecting us all, taking the secret to his grave. Only he didn't succeed. Now someone else knows about the Lazarus plant and is using it exactly how he feared.
아버지는 아직 살아계셔.
Now's not the time to joke like that, alright?
장난치네. 아빠는 살아있다.
No. That's
얘 대충
insane.
눈치채고 있던 거
He
아니었나?
died. They executed him. They faked his death? My entire unit, they threw us all to the wolves, but kept him? And now he's what? An advisor? Commanding the fleet in secret? What was so important that they had to keep him alive?
비밀리에 대통령이었다. 이건 쓸모 있는 사람이라고 생각해서.
I'm sure they did. They invested so much in him over the years. Even grew him an entire family he didn't want.
He's alive. Victus is still alive. This is just typical of UC bureaucracy. A cover-up of this magnitude could directly lead to war. What the hell is the matter with them?
I guess it makes sense, though, doesn't it? The UC of that era only created me because they were afraid of a world without Victus in command. Why would they get rid of him? As long as I live, I'll never understand the loyalty that old bastard elicited. But wait, if my father's alive and knew about the Lazarus plant, what do you think the chances are he was involved in the attacks?
토론할 만한 가치가 있다.
Good point. Deal with one monster at a time. Let's go get that final sample.
이거 뭐야? 걔네 애들은 다 알고 있는 거 아니야?
Right now.
Guys, your sample, it moved. I'd be real careful out there if I were you.
That doesn't sound good. Eyes peeled.
뭐지? 이거 뭐 작동시키는 건가 본데 저 스위치가? 저장소가 있다고 했던 게 아까 진짜 거기가 끝인가 보다. 뭐 다른 데 빠지는 건 없었으니까. 맛없어는 뭐야? 아이. 잠옷들도 있네? 곳에 잡혔어. 뭐야? 저 잡아먹으러 온 건가?
Final sample secured.
All wrapped up. Time to get the hell out of here. Percival, you should unplug and find somewhere we can talk. Privately.
On it. See you soon.
전진기지로 돌아가자. 뭔가 인간 애들하고 싸울 때보다 더 별거 없었는데? 여기가 쟤네 때문에 망한 곳인데 너무 없다. 뭐지? 아니 이렇게 이상한 데 와 있어.
Look at all of you. Back from the
어머나
underworld.
어머나 지옥에서
Got
돌아왔구나.
pretty frantic on the comms towards the end there. But it sounded like this was a success. Got everything we need to put this plan in motion.
다 보였다.
Ah, best place for them. Now, my connection might have gotten a bit fuzzy there, but do I have it right that Vague Victus knew about this damn plan?
That's what it sounded like.
Guess the old Admiral must have told someone what he learned. Even he's not clever enough to pull off an attack like that from the great beyond.
It's a bit more complicated than that.
어떤 것을 알게 되었지만 말할 수 없다.
Captain, he needs to know. Vague Victus
Oh.
is alive. Which means he could have been involved in the attacks.
Alive? He's
한 명한테 말하니까 계속
Vague
말하네.
Victus? That can't be true, right?
Unfortunately for us all, yes, it's true.
So that means we have a suspect.
I believe that's exactly what that means. Look, Captain, Percival and I, we need to get these samples back to the lab. Ensure we'll be able to handle cleaning up the leeches as well as the terramorphs. But Vague Victus is the only solid lead we've got on the attacks. Since you're the only one who knows where he is, can you speak to him? See if you can get him to cough up anything he might know.
같이 가서 얘기해 볼래?
Captain, I truly don't. He's already shown he's taken an interest in you. I'll be a lot more useful in the lab right now than I would be grilling Francois. So do you think you could do it? Please?
대화를 하자.
Good. We'll all meet back at mast, outside the cabinet chambers. They're gonna want to know everything we've uncovered here. Best of luck, Captain. And thank you.
뭐야, 여긴 이렇게 끝이야?
Visiting the Londinian nest. I did not think this was possible.
So someone figured out how to use the terramorphs as weapons. Thought we'd learned our lesson.
가만히 있으니까 동상 걸린다. 사라 어디 있어? 템 내놔.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak. Want to see what I'm.
왜 저거 5개만 갖고 있냐?
Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far.
내 분명 6개 줬을 텐데 1개 어디다 갖다 버렸어 쟤.
Let's go.
동상의 저체온증이 아주 그냥.
Be advised, your entering United Colony space.
나 왜 350원 저거 있어?
Scanned. Be
Oh.
advised, you have been identified as a known criminal. Respond
Oh.
immediately. You're on the wanted list. Halt and prepare to be boarded, or we will be forced to open fire.
나 350원 저거 왜 돼 있어?
Copy that.
뭐냐?
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work.
아 잠깐만, 나 지금 카멜레온이 됐나?
Ah, if it isn't my favorite.
왜 또 빠른 이동 안 되냐?
Hard times enjoy some of us.
잠깐, 다 갖고 있나? 근데 진짜 저 350원짜리 현상금은 왜 붙어 있는 거지?
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan sooner rather than later.
Authorized personnel all. Kevin has to stay here.
Well, what a pleasant surprise. When I heard you and Hadrian were headed for Londinian of all places, I presumed you must be onto something big. Did you find what you were looking for?
론디니온에서의 생활에 대해 하고 싶은 말이 있냐?
I haven't been to Londinian in many years. Why? Is there some way I could be of assistance? Were you able to recover what you were looking for?
이거 괜찮은 걸 찾았다.
Good news then. So, what exactly are you doing here? Plenty still to be done in defeating the Terramorphs, no?
녹취록이 발견되었다.
Did you? Well, I don't know what you think you heard on this recording, but I sincerely hope you didn't come to the wrong conclusions. After all, given the Cabinet's current state of anxiety, they might misinterpret such a discovery to mean I could have been involved with the attacks. Perhaps I can convince you to keep this among us.
공격에 대해 적은
Of
뭐냐?
course. Do I look like I'm in any position to do what you're describing? So I'd very much appreciate your agreement to not share what you found. We wouldn't want anyone else jumping to conclusions now.
근데 그걸로 공격할 거라고 했다는 것도 사실을 확인하고 통수 쳐도
You want
되잖아.
to hear the words then? I did it. The Terramorph attacks
어,
on Town City.
맞네.
New Atlantis. My doing. Years of coordination between my associate and I. Figuring out how to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinian. Learning to synthesize it. Use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts on why I might do such a thing.
누구랑 손을
All
잡았냐?
in due time. First, I want to see if you're truly as astute as you appear. So why would someone like me go through all this trouble?
지금 그냥 여기 진짜 상위. 아우 그 웃는 거 봐. 개인적인 감정이 있었을 것이다.
You can be more right. The attacks were a correction. When I discovered the plant, I did consider handing over what I'd found, but we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport, fixing two problems at once. Halting the spread of the city's terramorph outbreak, and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential.
밖에서 사용하면 몇 년이 걸렸다고 말했잖아.
Simple to say now, but with the outbreak raging from a barely understood source, the moment demanded quick action. So I did what was required. I removed the dangerous variable from an already catastrophic war. But then, as the war ended, my trial, my execution, I made a decision. After all, I'd given everything for the colonies. My life as I knew it included. And what did I get in return? Was there any effort by the UC to protect my legacy? My daughter's legacy? No. We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged the attacks to set things right again. My daughter. She becomes a hero. I become a trusted advisor, having found Kaiser, the research team, and cement my new position of influence when I hand them the name of the person responsible for the attack on New Atlantis. The dear departed Dr. Reginald Orlays, the associate who aided me all these years, and whom I always slated to take the fall. What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. His decades on the run brought to an end by another unlikely hero. You.
아우라스?
Can't remember the many lives you've taken.
워로?
Orlays was the man whose death
맞네.
you brought about around the moon of Etheria. The pilot of the Warlock. The man I had to eliminate. To hide my secret.
나도 노란한 건데 그러면?
It wasn't easy. But the beauty of being loathed is that people will do whatever they can. They wanted to pretend I didn't exist. And so I used their blind eye to my advantage. Still, establishing a back channel to Orlays via the UC recovery teams was painstaking work. I've led campaigns less nerve-wracking. They believed they were luring in wanted criminals, but were in fact delivering precisely encoded slates, filled with instructions invisible to any but their recipient, dropped off at just the right moments to fall into the proper hands, all without the UC realizing whom you were actually dealing with. Slow work. But as you can see, ultimately effective.
유시에서 고문을 원한다면 어떻게
Why
할까?
would I want to be in the good graces of the people who control my very life? I don't know, Captain. Maybe I still dream of a life outside these walls someday. A new face would be needed, of course, but it wasn't an impossibility.
하긴 성형하는 기술이 있는 걸로 돼 있긴
I'm not so
하니까
sure.
되게 싼 가격에 그냥 되니까.
Captain, please. You've benefited here as much as I have. Maybe more. It's why I had Orlays reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant all those years ago. I went to great lengths to ensure you
뭔가 이익이 있을 것 같다.
Precisely. And let's not forget the importance of our actual
아, 이
end
이익이
game.
있다는 게 내가 이익이 있을
Eliminating
것
the
같다 하는 거야?
Terramorphs. Securing knowledge of the Lazarus plant. I'm simply requesting one more life be protected. Mine. I've already sent along the evidence of Orleza's role in the attacks to the cabinet, leaving out my own involvement. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the cabinet. Tell them that it was Orlez and Orlez alone. After all, I do still have a long list of threats to the UC. Hunting down criminals and other threats to you. I expect they'll give me a bit more. You would help me, like you did with Orlez. Track them down and keep them. Impossible, though, if the cabinet learns.
무슨 말을 할지 고민 중이다.
Well, I do hope you'll keep the larger perspective in mind, Captain. We've done something great here. Let's not
아, 이
squander the
산호한테 계속
opportunity to do
놀아놔야
more.
되나?
Authorized personnel only.
If you don't mind.
Brent has to stay here.
All right, let's go.
살리면 또 뭐 살리는 대로 뭔가 있긴 할 텐데. 말하면은 처형당하거나 그럴 것 같고.
When you have a moment.
Perfect timing. We just got in. So on our end, good news. The microbe and the Aceles are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough. I already sent along info to the cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end? Did you find anything? Did my father tell you what he knew about the Lazarus plant?
공격을 지휘한 것 같다.
I knew it. The second I heard that recording, I knew. Why? Did he say why he did it?
영웅으로 만들려고.
It takes some deeply twisted logic to think anything did more harm to the Sanan name than him.
So you're telling us that the attack on New Atlantis was Vey Victus's responsibility, just like the dooming of Londinian? That's insane. All that, just to help restore the family name. How did he ever think that was going to work?
Well, once we inform the cabinet, they can ensure he won't be able to do anything like this ever again.
공격에 관여하지 않았다고 말해달라고 했다.
I'm sure he did. But he killed dozens of people. And I'm not about to let him get away
안
with
퍼진
something
건
like
맞기는
that.
한데 그것 때문에.
So I guess that gives us our final answer. Nothing left to do but head in and see what the cabinet thinks of it all. Unless there was more to discuss. This might be our last opportunity to talk things through before the cabinet weighs in on a decision regarding the terramorphs.
없어, 가자.
And here we go.
다 얘기했던 것들이네. 얘네한테 이미 다 말하는 상황에서 일단은 그냥 다 불기로 된 것 같고.
Welcome back, all of you. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. But according to Hadrian's report and the second one I just received, It seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike. Is what I'm reading here true?
계획적인 것이었다.
My God.
An attack? Using terramorphs? How is that possible?
You will all receive a full briefing once we're done here. So then, is what the second report claims correct? Did Reginald Orlays commit these attacks, Captain?
Orlays?
헤이드리안한테 설명을 넘기자.
Well, ma'am, it seems your report is incorrect. Francois Sanon was responsible for the attacks.
He did what?
That's impossible. He doesn't have the kind of access to...
Clearly, he made his own access, Chief Sarkin. Madam President, I have been saying for years that not dealing with that man was gonna end in tragedy.
Enough! I hope everyone here understands that what has just been shared is a state secret of the highest order. This information does not leave this room. Now that's quite the accusation your group is leveling. Seeing as Francois Sanon has not left containment for the better part of 2 decades. You have evidence to back this up?
레코더 재생.
Transformed. A terramorph out of thin air. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe.
Heavens help us. Is that actually him?
I'd know that voice anywhere. That's Francois.
He knew they could do this. And said nothing.
He's a sociopath. Plain and simple, ma'am.
Officer, please collect that recording.
Yes, ma'am. Begging your pardon, Captain.
We'll, of course, be launching a full investigation into how this could have happened. Though I have little doubt the Admiral will be quick to share all he knows on the subject once confronted with that recording. Chief Yassine, can you send one of your interrogators to have a little chat with the Admiral?
I'll issue the order immediately.
Good. Combined with everything else you all have uncovered. Well, I don't think the United Colonies can thank you enough. We failed the people of the colonies by not dealing with Vevictus sooner. I intend to rectify that mistake immediately.
이걸로 살릴 수는 있나? 어떻게 될까?
That will be up to the cabinet, but I don't appreciate our mercy.
UC 직원을 이용해 메시지를 보내고 있었다.
That's
누군가 내
That's
통하고
truly
있었다.
disconcerting to
완전히
hear.
격리시켜버려.
But cutting off Vevictus's contact with the outside world is likely to be just the beginning of his punishment.
그런데도 이렇게 가네? 이것도 해봅시다.
I'm not sure I see why someone with UC blood on their hands would merit leniency. But I will note your request when the decision is made. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches, the 3 of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the cabinet to ensure this can never happen again. As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President.
어떤 방식으로 보호할 거냐?
Well, luckily the natural hostility of Londinian makes keeping out trespassers relatively easy. But we'll ensure its growth is contained, that access to the plant is only permitted via highly regulated clearances, and that our troop presence on Londinian is increased.
다른 세력도 참여해야
Tell
한다.
the Freestar Collective. Wow. So they have another tool to utilize against us?
I'm in agreement. I fail to see the value.
공동으로 하는 게 낫지 않을까? 이렇게 하면 좋은 관계를 보장할 수 있다.
That's true. With all the mistakes and the deception that's been going on,
저거
the
숨기고
UC has
막
an obligation to be
저러려고
as open
하면은
and honest as
그러다가
possible.
들키면은 그 뒷감당 안 되지.
That is an interesting idea. A grand gesture, showing definitively this cabinet doesn't think like those of the past.
So, you want us to make nice with the Collective by sharing our state secrets?
No, I want us to display plainly the UC's actual intentions, that the plant will never be used as a weapon again.
That does sound worthwhile, Chief Kulkarni. Very well. We'll get the Collective involved in the management. Thank you for the suggestion, Captain. So then, to our final topic. The Cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also Heat Leech presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all will be handled.
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Aseles are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps? The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't
저것도
dangerous.
둘 중 하나로 선택해야
Using
되나?
it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among the Cabinet. We were hoping your group might issue a recommendation. Major?
We've had a few discussions, but our group is similarly split. Only the captain has yet to weigh in.
또 내가 선택이야?
Captain, I know this may not be.
둘 다 별로 약간 좀 애매한 것 같은데? 의문이 남는다.
Please, ask.
미생물이 인류와 다른 생물에게 문제를 일으킬 가능성.
Infinitesimally low.
But not zero.
The chance of a starship landing on you as you sit here isn't zero. Yet you still
변종이 나오면 어떡해?
Personally, my fear isn't mutation, but Terramorphs developing a resistance. But that's something our group can continue to address, as I believe.
아레슨.
I can feel this one. While intimidating creatures, certainly, Aseles are docile unless provoked. They're honestly closer to oversized mobile scanners than deadly predators.
The concern is that, while all proposed methods will be long-term efforts, the Aseles are the slowest. Slow to breed, slow to deploy. We do everything we could to accelerate that process, including mustering some of our mothballed cloning technologies. But if we do elect to use this method, we'll be doing things at the pace of a megafauna, which is not an expedient one.
다른 세력도 참여하냐?
This won't work without them.
Exactly right, ma'am. The Interstellar Affairs Office has already begun reaching out to worlds throughout the settled systems, informing them of the risks we're all facing, and that the UC has a plan to prevent what happened on... Thus far, the response has been fear of sudden attacks has proven as strong. And we expect to encounter some intransigence, but our office has plenty of carrots and sticks.
누가 개발 담당?
The responsibilities will be spread. Research and day-to-day administration will be handled by all diplomatic concerns and coordination, but most of the actual on-the-ground work. Very well.
야, 진짜. 이게 좀 더 안전한 것 같기는 한데.
I'm in full agreement. No need be delving into unpredictable.
Here's hoping they'll be kept on a short leash.
That, madam,
아니,
is
사라는
most
뭐 다
certainly the
싫어해.
plan.
Order, please. And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the process immediately. Today marks day one for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division. making
창립
you
멤버가
three
됐어?
the founding members of the TMD. Despite all your checkered histories with the Xeno Warfare Unit or SysDef, the Cabinet still believes you all earned a display of gratitude for what you've done. Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
클래스 1 뭐야?
It's a status reserved only for those who've dedicated their lives to the United Colonies, or done great things for its cause. Class 1s enjoy an ample credit disbursement, an additional reduction on the cost of
콜로니 제품 추가
colonial
할인?
goods. And I'm told the penthouse is rather impressive.
펜트하우스를 줘? 돈만 받으면 만족해.
Then I expect you'll be quite... Now, there's much to be done. Major Sinan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts, spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
And as a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you, Captain, will have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander. Tuala, if I recall correctly. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward.
클래스 1
Plus
특정을
help you
받을 수
collect the
있도록
benefit.
도와준다.
On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, this meeting is adjourned.
텔러모프하고 전투가 생각보다 좀 싱겁게 끝났네.
You have a nice day now.
이렇게 이건 끝이야? 벵가드께 좀 뭔가 되게 흥미있게 시작을 했는데 뭔가 약간 미적지근하게 끝난 느낌이네요. 푸알라.
Yes? What?
The galaxy's going to be a safer place once we're...
뭔가 너무 미적지근하게 끝났다 진짜. 테러모프 전투가 막 대규모 전투로 갈 줄 알았더니.
Well, I've got to say, this is a first. I've never had a Class 1 citizen in my ranks before. Congratulations, Captain. It's a high
클래스 1이
honor.
1급 시민을
Have to do
얘기하는
something
거였어?
big for the colonies to earn that sort of designation. Only ever met a couple myself, and certainly never given one order. You should be real proud. Luckily, I'm one step ahead of you. I've already gone ahead and processed your Class 1 benefits. All UC goods and services should now have a thanks for protecting the colonies discount. And the credits should be in your accounts now. But to get into your penthouse, you'll have to pay a visit to the Aphelion Realty office. They should be able to grant you access.
12,000원? 뭐 주기적으로 들어오나?
Just out the front door and across the plaza, by the embassy.
대사관
Look
옆에
for the
있다.
Aphelion sign.
유씨가 제대로 돈을 지불해줘서 다행이다.
Higher-ups wanted to make sure you know how much they... But with all that squared, it's time to get you a newest. There are your standard Vanguard missions, putting those pilot skills to use. Or you could help the TMD in cleaning up terramorphs. Oh, and I got a request from Dr. Walker.
텔레모프랑
Wanted your help collecting
싸우는
biological samples
퀘스트도
to keep an eye
더
out
있기는
for
한가
any
보네.
new alien threats on the horizon. Any of those missions call to you?
텔레모프와 싸울 준비해야
Any
되겠다.
chance to bag some bugs, right? Well, I can provide. Okay. These coordinates should get you to your first.
뭐 이런 식으로 임무를 하나씩 주나 본데? 오, 아 벵가드에 이런 식으로 또 추가되네.
Targets.
일단 펜트하우스. 대사관이 저쪽이었으니까.
Been up there, huh?
Well,
여긴가?
well, if it isn't the United Colony's newest class. In fact, the higher-ups want to thank you for your dedicated service. It's a premium penthouse at the top of Mercury Tower. Best look.
What do you say? It'll just take a second to...
관심이 있다.
Great! You're in for a real treat. It's one of my
왜
favorite
이렇게
apartments in
뒤로
the
갔어
city.
근데?
Okay, you're all set. Your new home's located in Mercury Tower in the
거주구역에
residential
머큐리
district.
타워가 있다.
You'll love the place. Now that you're an owner, I'm sure I'll be seeing.
어디? 집이 생긴 건가?
Definitely better than the last.
오, 이게 내 집이야? 근데 아무것도 없는데? 내가 채워넣어야 되나? 오, 이 타워 바로 앞에. 야, 집 좋긴 하네. 아니 근데 아무런 가구도 없어? 뭐 빠른 이동으로 내 집으로 갈 수 있다던가 그런 것도 없으면 별로 의미는 없을 것 같은데? 왜 또 빠른 이동은 안 되냐? 이것도 계속 이어지는 건가? 이걸로 끝나는 게 아니라? 야 이거 서브 이제 이것들 다 이제 서브캐만 남은 것 같은데. 펜트하우스의 존재의 의미가 잘 모르겠다. 이건 어디야? 이 다음은 이제 메인인가? 세력 퀘스트는 다 했고
What can I do for you?
바스티안 그라프가 당신과 이야기해달라 부탁했다. 아 얘한테 말하는 거였어?
Okay. No need to say any more. He's convinced he deserves a promotion, which to him means a transfer, a command post, maybe a new ship and a big office. Do you know him well? What do you think of him?
만난 지 얼마 되지 않아서 부탁을 받았어.
Fair enough. Clearly patience isn't his strong suit. I thought the constant stream of messages was a bit much. If he's gonna be sending people here. Alright, I received some good advice from someone in the Vanguard recently, and I'm gonna run with it. I'd like you to deliver this message to Bastion on my behalf, the full authority of Vanguard leadership. He's gonna be the first and only recipient of a new commendation. Quite an honor. I hope he appreciates it. Please, give him...
무슨 상을 주길래? 만약 스킬 좀 좋으면은 우리 선원으로 데리고 가도 괜찮을 것 같은데.
I picked up something you might be interested in.
The Dan responding to hail. You are cleared to dock. Welcome to UC space.
어떻게 할까? 이제 메인을 밀어버릴지 서브를 하면서 놀아볼지. 메인을 마저 다 하고 서브를 해볼까?
I am, hands down, the best pilot in this dump. Don't let anyone tell you different. You look like you've got news. Okay, come on, don't keep me in suspense.
더 좋은 소식이 있어.
What? How?
특별 표창을 받는다.
Wow, really? Let's see. Unique in
역사상
history
유일무이한.
of the Vanguard. That's good, right? Okay. Okay. Thanks for doing the legwork.
무슨 내용이길래?
I'm not gonna forget that you helped me out. And someday, when I'm running the Vanguard, for now, though, my account's a little light, so.
뭐야? 야 그냥 너 우리 배 타라.
Only a matter of time before I get promoted out of here. What does it matter? I'm gonna be out of here before you could... That reporter didn't put you up. I already told him. It was a misunderstanding. Okay then.
말하는 거 보면은 비행 운전하고 이런 건 좋은가 본데.
Well, I sir. The Vanguard pilots don't seem to want to associate with. You know, I really thought. Goodbye then. It's a little surprising. Farewell then.
You know, I went to chef school. This ain't exactly where I saw myself.
If you see anything unusual or illegal, make sure you report it. Vanguard's here for
얘
a reason.
지금까지
We'll
나온
take care
캐릭터
of
중에
it.
얘가 제일 이쁜 것 같다.
Haven't seen
레이나.
you around here before. Well, good to see another Van.
구경하고만
Right.
있다.
Okay. Good. Nothing
너
against
우리 배
you
탈래?
personally. of- You need anything? Say the word. We're the same thing we do everywhere else. Sometimes it's a little bit. I wouldn't mind a little more support from New Atlanta. Take care.
뭔가 비주얼이 유독 좋아 보이는데? 우리 배 가자.
Saw your ship come in. Right around.
보자. 이거 한번 해봅시다. 코도스에서 테르모프. 그냥 단순하게 보상 주고 끝날지. 코도스가 어디야? 든전인가? 최고 랭크 비행기도 하나 만들어야 되는데. 디자인 한 1렙만 더 올리면 되기도 하는데 그것도. 왜 이렇게 멀리 떨어졌어 이거? 아, 무기가 조금 버려. 베릴륨? 뭐야? 어? 아니 아이템 또 이것도 내 광맥 캐는 것도 증발했는데? 미친. 아니 템이 왜 이렇게 자꾸 증발하냐. 아 별게 다 증발하네. 두 마리야. 진짜 그냥 이렇게 퀘스트하고 끝나버리네. 그냥 돈 버는 캔가? 표시는 벵가드 캐라고 돼 있긴 한데 테러모프 생각보다 임팩트가 없어. 초반에 나온 거 치고. 크레딧 탱크 4,600원. 이런 게 있냐 집에. 만티스 이것도 뭐더라? 우주선준 퀘스트로 들은 것 같은데 이거나 한번 해봅시다. 비밀기지 슬레이트. 내가 갖고 있나 아이템 창에? 너무 많은데? 아 메모에 있겠구나. 이거 저거 퀘스트가 엄청 초반에 있던 건데 어떤 거지?
오케이.
비밀 거점 이건가 보다. 데네보라 빌리고 훔치고 죽여라. 비밀기지를 찾으려고 하는 거야. 일생에 한 번뿐인 기회다.
Brothers and sisters, we are the children of the great.
맞네. 데네보라 가보자.
I have things for you.
뭐야? 너 뭐야? 바투라? 도킹. 뭐하는 놈이야 이거?
Something I'd like to discuss.
What was that noise?
얘는 유씨 애들 아니야? 죽어 죽어. 그러네. 근데 얘네가 먼저 공격했잖아. 약간 우리 배는 어떻게 돼? 지금 다투라로 막 들어왔을 때 저장된 거지? 잠깐. 이게 기존 배는 설마 버리고 오는 건 아니겠고? 그러고 보니까 저거 아직도 그냥 여기에 해놨구나. 저거 나 주지.
Time to get this ship moving. I have something I really need to talk to you about.
근데 이거 배를 어떻게 파는지는 모르겠는데 팔 수는 있는 것 같던데.
You might think it's
Now that
funny,
we've got the
but
legacy.
loyalty's big in the fleet.
Alright.
스타일을 여기 그대로 있긴 하네. 모선 설정. $16,000원? 등록하기. 별로 좋은 배는 아니야 보면. 등록해봐. 와 지금 근데 저거 여기도 화물이 거의 꽉 찼네. 씨. 이걸 다 분해하면 되나? 이렇게 하고 종료. 파는 게 있을 것 같은데? 모두 선택. 여기서 종료를 했을 때 뭐 한 개만 냅두고 하는 건가? 그것도 이상한데? 이렇게 하면은 이것도 안 되잖아. 항공편 확인.
Nev and I might have a quiet celebration.
아, 잠깐. 팔고 여기서
Plenty of.
판매가 그냥 있구만. 나 이걸 왜 생각 못했지? 판매. 이것도 팔아. 이건 팔지 말고 이게 아예 새 거에서는 안 되니까 나포에서 파는 것도 근데 쏠쏠하진 않네. 지금 얼마 번 거지 그러면? 한 2,000원 벌었냐 이걸로? 별론데?
You've got stuff to smoke. Yeah. And I need your.
C등급이 이거? 별로야. 내가 판 것도 되팔고 있구나. 이런 미친. 11만원에 팔고 있네 이걸. 나한테 16,000원에 사가 놓고. 이거 함선 디자인 4레벨까지는 해야 새로 만들기가 딱 좋을 것 같은데 디자인 하나 더 올리기가 너무 빡세갖고 30종류의 선박 모듈 장착. 디자인 이것도 찍어야 되는데 물약 생각보다 많이 안 쓰네. 지금은 디자인 아니면은 여기 찍어서 이제 우주복하고 무기 디자인 저쪽을 목표로.
I don't know.
잠깐만. 나 무선이 또
Care to
바뀌어 있나?
upgrade that ship of yours?
I bet you would.
아닌데?
Hey, I need you to listen to me. Members of Constellation are held to the highest regard, yet you persist on
왜?
making
내가 뭐
poor decisions
했다고?
that
걔네가
reflect
먼저
badly upon
공격했잖아.
us. Because you're bending over back. There's something I need to talk to you about.
또 뭐?
Sorry to pull you aside like this, but I wanted to take a moment to congratulate you. Taking those steps to eradicate the Terramorph threat is essential to the safety of every living thing in the settled systems. You should be proud.
사태가 해결돼 안심이 된다.
Indeed. Leaving that problem. I only wish that the United Colonies chose to exterminate the Terramorphs with the experimental microbe instead of choosing this ridiculous
미생물로 하는 걸
silly
바라야
solution.
한다고?
Apparently, their decision was based on your recommendation. That was a risky choice you've made.
미생물도 안전한 것 같진 않은데. 미생물이 더 위험할 수도 있었어.
I beg to differ with
나쁘대.
you. Deploying the Asili's solution is going to take years, perhaps even decades. The microbe would have cut that time drastically.
시간이 왜 문제가 되는가?
You've already seen how much destruction just a few Terramorphs can cause. While we wait for the
별로
Asili's to
위협적이진
naturally
않던데.
prey upon them, we have to spend time and resources defending ourselves. How many human lives will be lost? The science was at our...
별로 납득이 가지 않는다.
I'm sorry to hear that, but what's done is done. Unfortunately, locking away the Lazarus plant instead of eliminating it, anything that accelerates the Terramorph life cycle, should have been completely removed from the equation.
솔직하게 말해줘서 고마워요.
Of course. I appreciate the fact that you've taken...
왜 이렇게 태클이야? 아 잠깐. 여기서도 뭐 끄는 게 낫다고 하는 것 같던데. 가변 속도 쉐이딩. 잠깐. 더 안 좋은 것 같은데? 이거 프레임이 오히려 더 떨어지는 것 같은데 저건? 아이고 뭐야? V싱크 끄니까 게임이 꺼졌어. V싱크는 냅둬야 되고. 모션 블루는 그냥 꺼버려. 씨. 게임 해상도가 동적으로 낮아진다. 아 이것도 꺼져? 프레임이 좀 안정화될 거면 전체 화면으로 하는 게 낫기는 하니까. 보통은 근데 뭐야. 전체 화면이 아니었구나 저거 끄면. 창모드였구나. 근데 보통은 저런 거 되면은 재시작해야 됩니다 이렇게 하지. 이렇게 그냥 꺼지진 않는데 보통. 게임을 그냥 꺼버리네. 오늘은 여러가지 서브캐드를 해봅시다. 서브캐가 굉장히 많으니까 저거 그 메인은 내일하고 서브캐 하면서 조금 레벨 올리면서 우주선 디자인 4레벨을 찍을 거면 저것도 돈지랄 해야 되는데. 돈으로 조져야 되는 스킬 숙련이라.
Very good to see you.
뭐야 또 뭐 오는데? 아 얘네지? 왜 여기 한 번에 안 되냐? 꼭 이렇게 돌아가야 돼? 아니지. 아이씨 돌아가야 되네.
Welcome to Freestar Space. We're gonna do a quick scan for contraband, and you can be on your way. All right, we're done. Have a good time in Neon.
네온 안 갈 거야. 기지 건설도 하면은 그 자원 결국에 그것도 자원무로 왔다 갔다 해야 되는 거 아니야? 뭐 자동으로 되는 거니까 뭐 일정 시간마다 가면 되는 거 같긴 하던데. 어?
5, 4, get the hell out now. 3.
시체 어디까지 날아갔어? 씨, 안 보여. 어디서 총 계속 쏘는데? 총소리가 아닌가? 오, 씨. 한 발. 오, 이거 물약 저거 하나 찍은 거 효율 꽤 좋네. 지금 특성 때문에 물약 효율이 좀 안 좋은데 원래 저거 하변산으로 계산되나 보구나. 멘티스 둥지 자세히 알아보기? 은신처 슬레이트 금광. 슬레이트 저거 한번 봐보자. 둥지는 복물의 산이다. 만티스는 부자이고 전리품은 최고급. 좋은 물건은 더 깊은 곳에 있을 것이다. 보상은 꽤 많은 금액이 될 것이다. 카버와 지하는 덫에 걸렸다. 여기에 뭔가 보상이 좀 뭔가 있나 보네. 저 우주선 조립하는 거 그거 찾다가 여기 우주선도 뭐 준다는 걸 봐갖고.
I know. Things have been difficult. The mantle of the mantis is a heavy burden. But you can do so much good. Space pirates need someone to fear. Someone to check them. To make them realize some lives cannot be crossed. You have it in you, Leon. I know you do. Stay sharp. Focus. Just a little further.
얘도 뭐 갖고 있나 보다. 레움 보클레인.
So met with a lawyer and was prepared to party. Hard. The video will was emotional. Mom and I stopped talking years ago. Mom didn't look good. But it was Mom. It's weird, crazy, and cryptic as ever. I'm almost surprised she remembered she even had a son. It was hard to hear. Almost touching. But then the punchline. No inheritance until I go to Mom's secret base on Denabolo 1B? And she ends not with an I love you or an I'm proud of you. No. Sic semper tyrannis. Oh my god. Always with that stupid Latin saying. Over and over she'd say that damn thing. Thanks, Mom. Thanks oh so much.
권총.
Learn to pick. You know what? On second thought, I don't want to know.
근데 얘는 왜 죽어 있어? 얘는 약하구만. 일어나. 나와 빨리. 나와. 씨. 살아있었어? 난 저 불타서 죽은 줄 알았더니. 뭐야, 왜 장전 하다 만 거 같지? 와우. 아, 이거 시야가 오히려 내가 안 좋네. 저것들 겁나 도망갔어. 폴아웃보이님 안녕하세요.
I guess it's possible. She never talked about where she got her fortune. And man, she could handle herself anywhere. It's a lot to take in.
그럼 게임이 막 엄청 나쁘진 않아. 괜찮긴 하죠. 아니요, 그냥 이거 그 던전 들어온 거예요. 서브캐. 우주선 모으는 게 취미시구만. 저것도 뭐야? 방탄유리였네? 뭐야? 여기 안에 많다. 아, 저 초조망에 다 가려. 저거 도트 데미지 하나 들어갈 때마다도 이거 명중 이게 떠갖고 맞은 건지 안 맞은 건지 분간이 안 가네? 피겨 표시가 고개 들어. 저놈 자식이? 여기서 물약 1단계 더 올릴 수 있겠다. 안 일어나. 일어나. 에이씨. 정제 쇼티. 좋아. 샷건. 샷건 중에서는 쇼티가 확실히 좀 좋은 것 같긴 해. 너무 달려들었어. 죽이면 안 되는 애 죽인 것 같기도 하고. 리비 얘 죽였으면 안 되는 것 같은데? 쟤는 적대가 아니었던 것 같기도 한데 지금 아까 죽는 거 보니까. 여기로 들어온 거지.
If you don't mind.
아직 안 됐냐? 됐다. 하나 더 찍고. 여기도 이제 열렸네요. 우주복. 잠깐만. 우주복이 아니라 이제 스킬 포인트. 무기부터 했어야 되는데. 어차피 둘 다 하긴 했어야 됐는데. 포인트 하나 더 있는 줄 알고 그냥 냅다 찍어버렸네. 우주복은 별로 안 급한데. 무기가 급한데, 무기가. 마침 무기 모듈 재료 소모 없이 만들 수 있는 그 옷도 있어갖고 제일 효율 좋은 게 무기인데.
Last very long.
뭐야? 뭐야, 빈 상자요? 아, 이건가? 이게 나온 건가? 얘 시체 밀려갖고 오리온. 어디 보자. 저 문을 죽인 애가 얘가 문을 열다가 죽은 것 같은데. 그냥 열리는구나. 이거 안 열린 줄 알고 지금 뒤에서부터 다시 본 건데. 짧아. 된다. 이렇게. 뭐지? 이거 여기 가면은 터렛들이 치는 거였나 보구나. 디지픽 몇 개를 쓰게 하는겨. 이건 저거라도 갖다 팔아야지 이득인데 무게 때문에 별로 뭐 안 쓰는 무기는 먹고 싶지가 않아.
Not gonna last much longer.
살아 구경만 하는데?
Find anything useful?
역시 쇼티. 털에 또 있었던 것 같은데? 뭐야? 멘티스 둥지. 우주선 획득하기. 우주 획득. 개튼튼해. 영층? 뭐야? 오씨. 아, 여기 입구 쪽인가? 그런가 보네. 아, 입구네, 입구. 호치맨이 세기는 한데 저거 장탄수가 너무 적어. 야, 끝에 있는 것도 디지픽 사러 또 가야겠다. 아, 아까 저희 갔을 때 좀 살 걸 그랬네요. 광각제랑 흥분제? 아키라시티 헌장 원본. 애매해. 베오울프 그게 좀 괜찮아 보이긴 하는데. 마네키. 아 이것도 전설이네요. 카멜레온. 방어력이 지금 거보단 아무래도 지금 끼고 있는 건 메인은 아니고 거의 준 메인급 스토리에서 먹은 거니까. 여기도 저거 전설 방어구로 주는구나. 망할 무게. 뭐야 위로 가네? 멘티스 중지에 대해 자세히 알아보자. 뭘 또 알아볼 게 있어? 아 무게가 20.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral.
I'll only carry.
Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far. Let's go.
Ooh, that jump looked painful.
Not doing that.
이렇게 간단히 얻는 거면은 그렇게 좋은 우주선은 아니겠다. 아 여기를 못 가. 이럴 땐 파워 부스트가 좀 이거를 한번 끌고 가야. 근데 여기 이것도 멘티스 중지? 아 이것도 간단한 퀘스트에서 얻는 것 치고는 괜찮은 것 같은데? 아 좀 작기는 하네. 스펙도 좀 떨어지긴 하네요. 역시 퀘스트에서 얻는 비행선 중에서는 레인저 비행기가 제일 좋은 것 같아. 단순하게 이제 A 클래스로 쓸 수 있는 거는 일단 모선도 바꾸고 디지픽도 살 겸 키 한번 갑시다. 뭐야 이거 왜 허공에 떠 있어? 이벤은 퀘스트에서 얻은 거니까 그냥 기념으로 냅둬야겠네요.
Need something?
Is Mina seeing anyone right now? Patience. Never do a job
Now that we've
unprepared.
got the legacy.
You need supplies? You hit 'em.
Oh.
레졸리프? 이건 2인승이네 또. 기본 프론티어랑 별 차이 없구나. 이건 좀 업그레이드 한 거니까 스펙이 더 높을 건데. 그러네. 그냥 저 프론티어랑 비슷한 급이구나.
You might find a deal or two here. If you can overlook the spatters of blood covering all the stolen goods, of course.
You want to survive? I'm sure I got something.
왜 8개밖에 없어?
I'm here if you need me.
잠깐 이제 다음 거를 어디 갈지 보고. 제가 사라가 자꾸 어디 저거 좀 가자고 계속 그러는데 아 이거다. 가봅시다. 뭐만 하면 자꾸 로건 제독한테 가자고 하니까 가자. 아이고. 아틀라스인가?
I picked up something you might be interested in.
뭐 내놔.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral. I really don't feel like...
뭐 준다며. 블라디미르가 누군가.
We maintain a star station in orbit above us. Vladimir runs the station.
천문학자.
His mind is always somewhere. Oh, too bad he couldn't see the artifacts coming together. But knowing him, he'll be... Oh, that's right. He wasn't here when you first showed. I'll let him handle the introduction. It's all important, but if you want a direction, I'd grab Barrett first.
뭐야 뭐 준다면서 왜 안 줘?
Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far. Let's go.
아, 이 안에 있었구나. 제 유미는 왜 날 그렇게 찾아 불렀째껴 자꾸. 뭐 지나갈 때마다 애들이 유미가 부른다고 빨리 가보라고 하네.
Hey.
Sarah Morgan. It's been what, almost 10 years?
Admiral, it's good to see you again, sir.
You're not required to address me as sir. That protocol ended the moment you dropped your clusters on my desk, remember?
Look, Admiral, I'm not here to open old wounds.
Old wounds is an interesting turn of phrase, given our past. Listen to me,
그
Commander.
유시 얘네 뱅가드 누구 한 명 있는데 이름이 유미더라고요. 남자 NPC인데 유미 상사예요.
That's interesting. The last time we spoke, you made it quite clear that you were turning your back on the Navy.
That was a decade ago. Things change. People change. Admiral, please. I didn't come here to argue. I'm here to come to terms with my past.
Your past is sitting in a closed file in the archives. That's where you left it when you walked out on the United Colonies. And what about you? Just who in the blazes are you anyway?
날 몰라? 살아 친구다.
Very well. Then, as a good friend, perhaps you could kindly explain to me why I shouldn't have the both of you escorted from the building.
With all due respect, Admiral, this is ridiculous. If you have a problem with me, then there's no need to berate my colleague.
I don't have a problem with you, Commander. I'm simply trying to determine why you deserve the Navy's help.
양심을 괴롭히는 수수께끼를 풀기 같다.
Sounds like an issue outside the purview of this department. Care to explain, Commander?
It's about Cassiopeia, Admiral. I'm heading back there to
차라
find
왜
out
이렇게
what
가까이
happened
보여?
to the crew of the Dauntless,
부담스럽게.
and hopefully to bring their legacy home.
That sounds like a dangerous operation. Are you certain it's worth the risk?
I don't know.
위험에 대해서 맡겨주세요.
I wish it was that simple. If the Navy gives its blessing for you to undertake this operation, then we assume responsibility. And frankly, I'd never forgive myself if you didn't return.
I appreciate the concern, Admiral. But that crew was
I understand. Our last encounter has obviously distorted my impression of your character.
If you wouldn't mind allowing me to access the files regarding my rescue, I'd be most grateful, Admiral.
That shouldn't be too difficult. I've sent all the relevant information to you, Slades. Was there anything else?
No, Admiral. Thank you.
You don't need to thank me, Commander. I just hope you find whatever it is.
막 가라고 그러더니 또 결국 도와주네. 카시오페아로 이동.
I have something for you when you have a moment.
니켈? 여긴 그냥 물인가? 그러네. 염소. 흰색은 아무것도 아니구나. 아, 기지 건설을 해볼지 말지 귀찮은데 한번 시작하면은 한참 걸릴 것 같은데.
Feels like walking into a dream. Thank you. Right now, I feel like I need all the help that I can get. Phew. Okay, so let me get my bearings for a moment. Yes, this is correct. Those rock formations nearby look familiar. My old campsite shouldn't be far.
지지락.
Yes, exactly. Since
진짜
most of
오만
my
잡다한
gear
거
was
다 뜬다.
destroyed, I depended on. Once we get to the campsite, we'll use that. Let's go.
아, 왠지 싸우는 거 없을 것 같아. 누구랑 싸우면은 계속 뭐라고 할 것 같아. 아, 맞다. 아, 내 절단기 없어져갖고 절단기 아예 못 캐네. 야, 아이템 증발하는 거 그지 같아.
This must be some debris from my shuttle. Not exactly a textbook landing, but I didn't have much of a choice.
절단기 없냐? 오! 연료가 영구적으로 1% 감소. 이런 거 구하기 너무 쉬워. 아예 힘들어. 이제 2개째 먹어보네? 파워셀 필요.
Well, this is it. This is the spot where I spent close to a year waiting for rescue. Not exactly Paradiso, is it?
야, 여기서 1년 정도를 그럼 버틴 거야?
Yeah. Well, inside I'm a shattered wreck. So, joke's on both of us, I suppose. Look at this thing. It's been sitting here rusting. I think we need to grab an emergency power cell to get the ship's computer up and running.
집에 두고 왔다. 이 근처에 있을 거다.
Sure, if we're lucky. When I was stranded, I set up a distress beacon. The beacon was up there on the plateau. Don't rush the scan. Wouldn't want to overlook anything valuable.
뭐야?
I picked up something you might be interested in.
어? 왜 갑자기 이런 미친? 아니 왜 함선 이거 스캔하는 거 누르면서 가고 있었는데 아, 삥 돌아가야 되잖아. 장난하냐? 이걸로 된 건가? 아, 그러네. 씨. 여기서 눌렸구만. 뭐야 이거? 오. 뭐야 왜 이렇게 많어? 안돼 미안해. 도망갔다. 와 진짜 개 튼튼하네. 그냥 가자. 자, 넌 안 올라왔어? 여기 놀고 있네 이거. 나한테 뺑이 시키고. 이거 소리 되게 찰지다. 아 여기 또 있네. 안돼. 뒤져. 우와. 뭐야 경험치. 이리 와봐. 저거 탄 너무 맛있어 저거. 딜은 좋기는 한데 진짜 탄이 갈려 나간다. 탄이 갈려 나가.
We've located where the other shuttle went down. I can't believe our plan worked.
사라가 열심히 했기 때문이다.
Well, we're not there yet. But, The
우주주
telemetry
해줘야지.
data puts the wreckage out of range to hike. We're going to have to head back to the ship and land on a different part of the planet. Let's get going.
아, 비행선 타고 가는 거였구나. 그러니까 그러고 보니까 아, 승무원 또 빠졌어.
Look at this view. Had I been on this planet under more pleasant circumstances.
뒤지려고. 더 가야 되네. 오?
Stop. I'll shoot if I have to. Just turn around and leave. I know how to use this thing, and I will.
Oh my god. Who are you?
I'm nobody. Just go away. I'm not going to let anyone take my stuff again. No way. Both of you, just go!
해칠 생각이 없다.
Yeah, sure. Try and trick me. No. No way. I'm not getting fooled again. Forget it.
Stop it right now. Put away that gun and talk to us. We want to know what happened here.
See? You're not nice at all. I knew it. You're a liar. That's all grown-ups do is lie.
What? Oh. Yeah. Right.
뭐지? 왜 저거 왜 갑자기 왜 능력치가 왜 나와?
Get so angry. We are here to help you, and we promise to tell the truth.
I don't know. You're kind of scaring me. Why should I listen to you?
죽은 승무원들에게 격리 포하기가 왔다.
Crew? No one's been looking for that crew since before I was born. So tell me another lie. Go ahead.
여기서 태어나서 자란 거야?
Hold on. Oh my god. Your parents, your mum and your dad, what were their names?
Jenna and Elias. Why?
Jenna and Elias. Private Jenna Marsh and Corporal Elias Obrist. You're their daughter. Listen to me. I knew your parents. They worked with me on the Dauntless. I'm Commander Sarah Morgan.
You're Sarah Morgan? Mom and Dad's captain? My parents used to talk about you all the time. It's like a dream to finally meet you.
만나서 다행이다.
Yeah? Well, I wish you wouldn't have taken so long. My parents are dead. My father died a long time ago. And my mother, she was killed by those monsters at the graveyard. It's just me here now.
야, 어떻게 혼자 여기서 살았지?
Let me ask you a question. Actually, I don't even know your name.
Oh, yeah. My name's Sona.
Sona. What a lovely name. Sona, you mentioned a graveyard. Is that where the crew is, you know?
Buried? Yeah. It's a bunch of stones with those necklaces like the ones my mom and dad had hanging on them.
Thank you, Sona. I'm going to talk to my friend here a minute, okay?
Okay, Sarah.
Phew. I don't even know where to begin. Yeah. This isn't what I expected.
생존자가
At
있었네.
all. Oh, there's so much to process. But I don't have time to deal with it right now. If you want to help, then find that graveyard and bring me those necklaces Sona mentioned. I'm hoping they're my crew's gene tags. Good. Sona's monsters are undoubtedly hostile life.
10개? 뭐야, 위치가 왜 이래 이거. 웬 이상한 사마귀 같은데 머리에다 해바라기를 쓰고 있네? 여기 보스가 있을까? 왠지 큰 놈이 있을 것 같은데. 잠깐 저장. 뭐야? 한계가 없는 것 같은데. 아, 저 뒤에. 아, 혹시 잡아먹힌 건가? 쟤한테? 오! 아! 유전 맞네. 하나는 잡아먹혔었나 보네. 어우, 어두워. 겁내 어두워. 나왔어. 어?
How many times do I have to say it? I said I don't want to go. Leave me alone.
여기 계속 있겠다고 하는 건가?
Sona, calm down and listen to me. It's much too dangerous to stay here all by yourself, darling.
I don't care. This is my home. You can't
여기에서만 태어나서 딴 걸 안 봤으니.
Leave her here. It's not safe. She has to come back with us to Jemison. Oh, I don't know what to do. I knew I could depend on you. Now all we have to do is convince this poor girl that she's better off leaving the planet with us.
I don't know if I have it in me to say the right things.
I can hear you talking about me. And I don't care what either of you say. I'm not going anywhere.
Look, I'm clearly out of my element here and not in the right state of mind. Could you just talk to her, please?
아, 여기에 있게도 할 수 있고 설득도 할 수 있고.
Why won't Sarah listen to me?
소중히 여기기 때문이다.
That doesn't make a lot of sense. She's only known about me for a little while. That still doesn't mean I should leave the only home I ever had, does it?
언제까지나 안전하지 않다.
Mom told me there were really bad people out there. Worse than the ones I've already seen. But leaving Mom and Dad behind, it's really hard.
어른이 되면은 언제든 다시 돌아와.
Hey, yeah. Maybe I could get a cool ship just like yours. I'm sorry I yelled at everybody. I know you and Sarah are just trying to help. I'm going to go get my stuff and then I'll board your ship. Don't worry, I'll stay out of the way until we get, well, wherever we're going.
따로 설득하는 그게 아니었네.
That poor girl. I hope we've made the right decision.
괜찮을 거다. 왜 내
We're ripping
책임이라고 해?
Sarah from the only home she's ever known and casting her back into society. It's going to be difficult for her to adjust to the changes. Wherever she ends up, just promise me we'll check on her from time
야,
to
이씨.
time.
왜
please.
내가 데리고 가고 싶다고 한 거는
Thank you. Look, before we leave Cassiopeia behind, I wanted to say one more thing to you. Perhaps at the overlook we passed on the way here? I promise it won't take long. Let's go.
걔 챙기는 거는 왜 내 몫이야? 안 올라가죠. 빨리빨리 안 오냐. 가자고 해놓고.
Look, before we head back to the ship, I wanted to tell you how much of an amazing gift this has been. You had to push me to come out here, and if I hadn't have listened to you, the universe would probably have never known about that little girl.
무엇이라도 할 수 있다.
And I intend to repay you for that, even if it takes the rest of my life. You know, this is the second time I've been on this world, and until this very moment I never stopped to reflect at just how magnificent it was. Oh, look at this place. This is the reason I'm out here. exploring the stars. Worlds upon worlds, just waiting to have their beauty discovered. Shedding this burden of my past has finally allowed me to open my eyes, wider than they've ever been opened before. And it's all because of you.
자, 여기서 다시 유혹.
Perhaps. I suppose we'll both have to think about that for a while now, won't we? Well, I suppose it's time to bid goodbye to Cassiopeia once again. This time.
호감도가 박살나 있어갖고
Now,
안 넘어오네.
let's head back to Jemison. I want to give those gene tags you get.
아틀라스로 돌아가기.
I have things for you.
Can turn into what?
Terramorphs. Giant carapace-encrusted tanks. Next to the new scanner.
아, 여기 온 김에 유미한테 말 걸어보자. 또 뭐 시키려고. 유미야, 나왔어.
Ah, if it isn't my crime has slowed down. Yep. Something just came in. Security on site handled it, but now one of them is saying the other guy. Problem is, he left without identifying the perp, so I need. Thank you, Captain. Let me know when the matter's. The whole department is in the process of recovery.
아, 이것도 그냥 저 UC 그거네.
Being honest, things can be
뱅가드 퀘.
replaced and wounds can be healed, but building back. Luckily, we've built a good culture here, and we. See you later. Dr. Royce at the. See you later, Captain.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work.
얘기하고 왔어.
Problem?
Do not bother me.
뱀의 포옹.
Oh, you follow the path? You are in a strange land, full of lies and ignorance. You must hold true. Otherwise...
게이트 선포트의 실존 여부도 알 수 없다.
Do you not feel him when you pass between the stars? I know, like you must truly know, there will be no place for those. You must excise.
아, 여기서 없앨 수도 있네? 도움이 되었어.
Both of us are deep inside the.
근데 저 뱀의 포옹은 워낙 좋은 특성이라. 근데 특성을 지우면은 새로 받을 수도 있으니까 저런 게 있는 거겠죠? 그러면은 나머지 2개 지워버리고 싶긴 한데. 딴 걸로 바꿔버리고 싶어.
Ugh. Yeah.
로건이 여기였나?
Victus. May he never hurt another soul again. Welcome back. Did you find your answers?
옆에 살아. 유전자 태그도 찾았다.
Not only that, but we found
Oh.
someone there, alive. A child born
눈
after
아파.
her parents died.
I'm sorry. I had no idea. How could we have possibly...
해결해서 다행이다.
Yes, of course. I think we can all agree that this was another...
What you'd call an unfortunate
You're absolutely right, Sarah. It is a tragedy. One thing that I can assure you is that the names of these men and women will never be forgotten. I'll see to it personally.
Thank you, Admiral.
Good luck to both of you. It's been an honor.
Once we're done here, we should have a little talk with Sona.
산장이면은 저기겠지? 롯지? 아이 못 올라가. 위로도 좀 올라가는 밸런스 팩이 제일 괜찮은 것 같다.
There you are. I was wondering when you'd come and say hi to me.
Hello, Sona. I see you found your way to the lodge without any trouble.
Yeah, it was kind of hard though. All these people around. Never seen so many people in my entire life.
여긴 마음에 드냐?
I think I like it. I don't know yet. It's all really new to me.
You'll fit in just fine. You're one of the smartest people I've ever met. So, what do you think? Do you like it here, Sona?
At the lodge? Yeah, this place is huge. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. You must be like a bazillionaire, Sarah.
Oh, don't I wish? This place isn't mine alone. It belongs to everyone who's a part of Constellation. And I think it should belong to you too, Sona. I want you to stay here and make this your home.
Whoa. Does that mean I get to go exploring with both of you? Or wait, do I get my own ship?
살아있는 거 사줄 거다.
Well, Auntie Sarah can't exactly afford that right now, but she can provide you with the best exploration training in the galaxy.
I understand. Oh, and don't worry, I learn real fast, so you better get ready to have another member of Constellation signing on for missions.
I can't wait.
Well, anyway, thanks for letting me stay here. I promise I won't let either of you down.
I'm sure that you won't. Well, I think we should let Sona get settled. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to visit the Colony War Memorial now. I want...
아, 이걸로 끝이 아니야?
moment.
아, 추모, 이게 그 추모 그거였구나. 얘 왜 안 와? 더 이상 동반하지 않습니다 뜨더니 왜 안 보여? 아이 미친 버그. 메뉴로 갔다가 빨리 이동했더니 못 따라왔나 보다. 아, 왜 로딩이 더 길어진 것 같냐? 뭔가 한참 걸리네요. 아니 그래도 없어? 아, 야 어디 있지? 아씨. 야 어디서부터 걸어온 거야? 야, 아니 이건 내가 여기 도착했다고 저 멀리서부터 걸어오는 건 좀
Look at this. All these people. Their entire lives distilled down to names on a memorial. I wonder how close I came to being reduced to just a name. I am proud. I was simply too foolish to realize it until you changed my perspective.
유혹이 계속 안 되니까.
I know. Things probably would have gone a lot. Which is why we really need to talk about our friendship and how I've been treating you. Just let me have another moment
나중에
here, and then we can head
폭포에
over to
가자.
the waterfall,
둘이서만 이야기할 수 있도록.
so we can talk in.
결국 넘어오나? 이거
I'm ready. Let's go.
뉴 아틀란티스 폭포에 데려가. 아, 지금 가는 거야? 여기에 폭포가 있어? 폭포 산책로가 있네요. 뭐 이런 데가 다 있냐? 여기까지 와서 무슨 얘기 하려고? 좋은 친구로 지내자 이러려고 그러지.
It's lovely here, isn't it? I've been from one end of the settled systems to the other. But this place, this exact spot, there's nowhere else like it in the galaxy. I knew you'd appreciate it. I usually come up here to mull over some of the heated debates we have at Constellation. You'd be surprised how many decisions I've made on this very spot.
이상적인 장소인 것 같다.
Actually, why I asked you to meet me up here. I was hoping we could talk about something very important.
속일 생각은 아니겠지?
No, nothing like that at all. I just have a lot on my mind, and I am terrible at getting right to the point.
이야기 들어보자.
I know you are. Just give me a moment. I have a lot I need to say. It's about my return to Cassiopeia. What we learned about Sona has been constantly replaying in my mind. Maybe it sounds crazy, but that young girl's isolation feels like a reflection of my own life. Don't get me wrong. Compared to Sona, I've had it easy. I've spent my life surrounded by all sorts of people. Constellation, the Navigator Corps. Hell, even the UC military. Despite that, no matter how hard I've tried to make them a part of my life, they tend to drift away and disappear.
운이 나빴을
Bad
뿐이다.
luck. I seem to run into a good bit of that these days.
마음을 알아주는 사람이 어울리는 사람이다.
Finding someone like that would be wonderful. Wait a second. What exactly are you saying?
아, 여기서 이제 선택하는 건가? 여기서 우정이냐, 로맨스냐.
Sorry, I am.
계속 유혹 주파 던지고 그랬는데. 근데 이거 그럼 호감도랑은 전혀 상관이 없나 보네.
You want to become close. So, if you're willing to take that leap of faith with someone like me, then I'm ready to do the same.
계속 그렇게 하고 싶었다.
You're something truly special. You know that? You've helped me conquer my self-doubt, my confidence, hell, everything. For the first time in my life, I feel
근데 이랬다가
complete. And with
이제
you by
호감
my
떨어지는
side,
짓거리만
I'm
하면은
convinced that
바로
feeling
헤어지자고 하는 거
lasts
아니야?
forever. You're the best thing that's happened to me in my life. I love you. Always. When to talk to you about.
다 아군이라고 생각합니다.
I received a message from my mother a few days ago. She's returned from another one of.
부모님이
Of course. I'm sorry.
얘기를 안 했었지.
We never discussed. The thing is, my mother and I don't talk very. Good. When I say that to most people, they look at me like I'm crazy. I don't think they realize how much control parents can exert on your life, especially. Oh, I'm certain they felt they were doing. You see, both of my parents were diplomats working under the flag
다
of the
군인
UC
집안이네.
administration. After I completed my basic education,
이어주기 바랬던 모양이네.
wanted isn't the
요구했다.
right word. For my apprenticeship, I was sent to Sidonia. My job consisted of drafting political policies and arbitrating trade disputes. The silver lining of the job was that it allowed me to spend time exploring every square inch of Mars. I was swallowed by it. Months before the apprenticeship ended, I dumped my diplomatic certification. Of course, my
외교관
parents
자격을
didn't
포기했어.
approve. We had a huge argument that resulted. Yes, I was proud of myself. You see, my father was killed. I returned to Jemison for the funeral and reunited with my mother.
아버지는 어떻게
After
가셨나?
the Freestar Collective started farming Vesta,
파견
and the UC pushed back.
외교관으로 갔다가
My father was one of the many diplomats sent in to arbitrate. After the talks broke down, war broke out on Vesta, and all of the UC. Unfortunately, my father's transport was. Oh, aren't you sweet? Always concerned with how. That's why I fell in love with you. Your smile, your caring. Listen, I'm going to be completely upfront with you. All this talk of family.
갑자기?
It makes.
결혼이 된다고? 갑자기 급발진이 결혼?
You mean that? You'd do that? For me? I've been dreaming about this moment and still. Yes.
뭐야?
Yes.
900에서 만나기로 하자마자 바로 결혼으로 넘어간다고?
I just need a little time to think about the ceremony. You know, I used to dream about finding the love of my life. You again? Great. Piss off.
사라지라고? 야, 방금까지만 해도 결혼하자며.
Just get away from me.
내 앞에
Just stay out of my way.
이게 뭔 편하지 않습니다.
Back, eh? How's it going?
결혼 상태로 되면서 이제
Oh, damn. I was starting to enjoy the conversation.
그
Happy to listen.
호감도가 완전히 그거구나.
Yes. Have a look.
호감도 완전히 박살난 게 그냥 다 최상으로 바뀌나 보구나.
I've never felt so comfortable. Good. Anytime you want. God knows you've done that.
유혹?
You don't even have to ask.
뭐지? 유혹은 또 왜?
My heart melts when you say those things to me. You be careful, okay?
그냥 진짜 그 호감도랑은 전혀 상관이 없네. 방금 뭐야, 호감도 완전 다시 이제 화내지 않습니다 뜨기 전까지만 해도 저리 가라고 막 하고 막 그러더니 이렇게 바뀌네요. 갑자기 부부가 돼버렸다. 결혼식은 따로 안 하나? 그냥 이렇게만 얘기하고 끝이야? 뭔가 이상한데? 일단은 세력회도 다 됐고, 내일은 오늘 여기까지 하고 내일은 메인캐 위주로 한번 드디어 마침내 메인캐로 한번 가보도록 하죠. 세력캐 거의 다 한 것 같고, 아 근데 저 2단교도 걔네 그쪽 애들 세력회도 있을 법한데 왜 안 뜨지? 한번 좀 찾아봐야 되나? 아니면 없으면은 나올 법한데 없으면은 DLC로 추가될 것 같기도 하고, 나중에 없는 게 좀 이상하네요. 좀 세력이 이제 얘네랑 그 레인저 쪽 애들이랑 거의 3파전 느낌이었는데, 설명으로는 여기 대사관도 있고 한 거 보면, 일단은 오늘은 이렇게 마무리를 짓도록 하고요. 오늘 나갔다가 되게 밖에서 오랫동안 그냥 멍 때리고 기다리는 시간이 많았어갖고 그랬더니 굉장히 피곤하네요. 자, 일단 오늘도 늦은 시간까지 시청해주셔서 감사드리고요. 좋은 밤 되시고요. 좋은 꿈 꾸시고요. 전 별일 없으면 내일 이제 드디어 메인캐 한번 밀러 오도록 하겠습니다. 내일 뵙도록 할게요. 좋은 밤 되세요.